What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal.
Opinionated, outspoken, informative. The Jaguar Journal. Your source for the latest information on Southern University sports and SWAC athletics. A Baton Rouge sports talk tradition.
All right, everybody, bright and early on a Saturday morning, it is homecoming. That's what I'm talking about. It's the Jaguar Journal. Good morning to everybody on Talk 107.3 FM. That's out there across the Baton Rouge capital city area, and everybody watching across the world on our YouTube and our Facebook Live. Glad to have you guys with us. For the first time ever since I've been doing the Jaguar Journal, I'm doing a homecoming show in the studio. Never has it ever been done before for me, because typically I try to get to campus before the parade and I do the show from my phone, Mike here in the studio, making sure everything goes well. And I'm always doing it that way. I've done it from in my car. I've done it walking down the strip. I've done it sitting in A.W. Mumford Stadium all the way at the top of the stadium at 7 o'clock in the morning over the years doing the Jaguar Journal. But finally, I get to be here in the studio, homecoming with you guys, because I don't have to rush to get on campus at 5 a.m. Isn't that a blessing? What they say, Mike, look at God. He said, Good morning to everybody out there, all my tailgaters, everybody waking up this morning, getting the day started at the RV, at the camper, at the car, in the back of the tailgate of the truck, just riding to campus, just getting up, getting your day started from just going to sleep 2 hours ago, just whatever. Good morning to you. And as I say good morning, I get ready to take a break. And when I come back on the other side, we'll continue talking homecoming. You guys call in today, 225-499-1073. Give me some of that old Southern spirit, because, look, it ain't always about football. It's about our experiences, too, at Southern University. So you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back. More of the Jaguar Journal.
for watching the Southern University Human Jukebox. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
All right, everybody, we are back. It's the Jaguar Journal. Glad to have you guys with us. Good morning. I am Prairie White. Good morning to everybody out there on Talk 107.3 FM across the Baton Rouge capital city area. And everybody out there watching across the world. I got Lady Jaguar in the studio with me this morning, getting ready for homecoming. Today is the big day, right?
You better know it. We're hyped up and hooped up to put butts in seats.
Not hyped up and hooped up.
Oh, you better know it.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. We got Chuck on the line. Chuck, good morning.
Good morning. Happy homecoming to you all down there in the city known as Red Stick. You all I had to say, I'm not gonna be on long, but you all have fun and have a safe time and Miss, I see you in the studio, and I would wish you all the best and like to have fun, be safe, because a lot has been going on with these homecomings, and just wish for safety and fun, because that's an exciting time of the year. You know, we're in October, you know, and going, you know, there are those in November homecomings, but I just wish, but I will be watching the games as well. I'm gonna land on that one.
Thank you, Chuck.
All right, you all take care.
All right, and so for you, how's homecoming going?
Homecoming is excellent. Gala on the Bluff, the festivities this week. We are again, Perry, hyped up. We are hyped up and hooped up
Not
for
hyped up and hooped.
Hyped up and hooped up for homecoming.
All right, 225-499-1073 is the number. Guess what? We're giving away some tickets to the homecoming game.
We are giving away a pair of tickets to homecoming.
Okay.
One and done.
We one and done?
We one and done.
225-499-1073 is the number. How was the gala last night?
The gala was awesome. Evelyn Champagne King came on like she was the young stud when she started. So we had an excellent time last night with the College of Business, and I was just glad to be in the house.
How many flags on the car today?
Well, you know what?
Count. How
You
many
see, I
flags on
came
the car?
after you for a reason, because we have the new bronze, the Jaguar.
The Jaguar.
Yeah.
When
Well, you didn't know the last car was the Jaguar.
I did not know.
You are behind in the times, but we have upgraded and taken this to a new level and a new devil in the ride. We have a bronze, the Jaguar.
The Jaguar. Mike, you heard of the Jaguar?
Oh, now you know.
That's it.
So you'll get to see it, bronze and beauty. So we're going to be rocking those flags today in Columbia blue.
You still
It's
ain't told me how
homecoming.
many on the car. How many you got on there today? Is it 15? Is it 10? Is it 20? How many we got? You don't want to reveal it?
We will roll with 20 flags today, 4 bird catchers, and the rest is history.
Do people, when they see you on the highway, do they honk the horn?
Oh, yeah. Pull over, take a picture. I'm like, whoa. We do it up big.
You do it big. It's the Jaguars, baby. And it
Go
is
big.
homecoming, and we're giving away a pair of tickets today to Southern University's homecoming game. Let's go to the phone line. We got somebody there. Good morning.
Good morning.
You on the Jaguar Journal. Who we speaking with?
Good morning. This is JB.
JB, what's going on, man? How you doing this morning?
I'm all right. It's bright and early, but I'm making it.
I'm about to say, I don't feel that homecoming spirit
know.
from you, man. Where's homecoming spirit at?
What he gonna do?
I don't know what he gonna do, man. You need to wake up. Is
Oh,
what you need to
yeah. Gotta get
Like
hyped
5
and hooped.
minutes, It's gonna kick in. It's gonna kick in. In 5 minutes, it's gonna kick in.
do. In 5 minutes, well, it ought to kick in now because,
That's right.
JB, you going to the Southern University football game today. So
And you know
it better be kicked in.
It better be. Go
Uh-oh.
big or go home.
Hey.
You gotta be hyped
That's
up and
it.
hooped up.
Look, I didn't woke up. I woke
Uh,
up.
You woke now.
Where you from, JB?
I'm from New Orleans.
Oh, we got the 504.
I know. In the
Yes,
house.
sir.
He headed to the game today. Well, JB, congratulations, man. You have won a pair of tickets to the Southern University homecoming game today against Prairie. If you can, do not hang up. Hold on the line, and we're going to get you information and get you taken care of, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations, man. Happy homecoming.
Happy homecoming.
All right.
Nice. Very nice.
JB going to the game today.
Is going to have his butt in a seat.
He's going to have his butt in the seat.
Gets no gooder.
I'm going to have my butt in the seat, and I hope everybody else out there. For you,
Yeah.
talk to me, because what I love homecoming is, you got regular games, then you got the game, the Bayou Classic.
Yeah.
And then you got homecoming. But homecoming has a different vibe to it. It's an opportunity for friends and family and classmates and all people that you have encountered when you were on the campus of Southern University to come back, whether it's been years or whether it was just the last home game. It does not matter. But the fact is, we get an opportunity to fellowship together, and it's just something about that homecoming spirit at Southern University.
In October, one of my favorite parts about it is breast cancer awareness.
Mhm.
That slips in there as well. That's a part of the gumbo mix that we have over there, the camaraderie, the people, just the excitement. And I tell you what, Perry, I can't get up there fast enough. As soon as I leave here,
You out of
zoom.
here? You going to take, what is it, the Jagalac?
That's the bronze, the Jagalac.
The bronze Jagalac. I didn't put the whole
Yeah,
thing.
baby. Bronze, the Jagalac, because the new vehicle is bronze, y'all. Bronze.
Bronze Jagalac.
Bronze, the Jagalac.
Bronze D Jagalac.
There you go.
Okay, I
there
got
you
that down. I had to
go.
put that on the note card.
Better know it. Write it down.
Bronze
take a picture.
D Jagalac.
That's right.
All right, we got that.
You the man.
But yeah, homecoming is just an opportunity, and I enjoyed it, and I love it. I personally, going down the strip, going around the mini dome, just being out. Actually, a couple of my buddies, my boy Jeff McKissick and Chris, they Prairie View alums, but they drove in yesterday. They brought an RV, so when it made sure they got straight and set up. So, it's just everybody's in town now.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I want for us to do is to be safe, and if you with that silly stuff, go home.
Right.
Figure out another place to go do it.
Don't leave the
in the
house.
old Wild Wild West, they used to find a spot and it was just the two people who had a problem.
And you know it.
And it was the quick draw.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish we can go back to that where it could just be between the two people that got the conflict, and they don't have to be a part with everybody else to spoil the fun.
Right.
Because spoiling, what are you doing?
Well, they don't need to have a conflict at first. Get your mind right before you leave the house.
That's
And
right.
If your mind is not right, stay at home.
That's it.
Stay at home. Don't
Stay
bring
at
it to
home.
us. Don't bring it to us. We don't need it.
We don't
want
need it. All right, everybody, let's get ready to do this, Mike. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to make sure JB gets straightened with the information with his tickets, and we'll continue the conversation. It is homecoming, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are ready. Good morning to everybody out there at the tailgates, at the RVs, at the campers, sitting in your car, sitting on the back of the tailgate of your truck. Maybe you're headed to the stadium. Maybe you're just waking up from going to sleep 2 hours ago.
I know, right?
Right?
Like me.
But anyway it goes, good morning to you guys as we get going. Happy homecoming. So let's take a break. When we come back on the other side, we'll continue more of the Jaguar Journal.
And now, the SU Band will perform for you. Red Light Special, Director, Band Director Band. Assistant Director Band, Mr. William Young. Trailblazing 360 steps per minute. One of the many reasons why we do such Southern University marching band, that means showtime. And again, all my chest to let you know that they're up there.
All right, everybody, good morning. Happy homecoming to you, to all my Southern University Jaguars out there. It is a day to celebrate our just love for Southern University, right? All the people that we met, lifelong friends, the ex-girlfriends, the wives that we met. Hey, some of y'all gonna see some of them ex-girlfriends today when you with your wife. That's always the funny stuff. What you laughing at, Mike? It is, man. Hey, you try to act like you don't see her over there, boy. You remember that thing back in the day. You see her sitting over there. Now, matter of fact, she walking. She done already made eye contact with you. Like, is that Perry? You like, man, shoot. Baby, let's go over here. Let's see something over here. You pivot quick. You got to make that cut. You got to get lost. You don't want that old thing to get in your face because, listen, if she get in your face, you're going to get in trouble. And the last thing you want is to be with your woman and she feels some type of way, she'll spoil your whole homecoming. She ready to go. She ain't having fun no more. She looking you upside the head. Everybody you introduce her to after that, she think you done slept with everybody. Who is that? Who is she? You was with her too? Hey, I've been there. You got to get out of there. You got to get out the way. So if you see that old thing today, fellas, and you with your wife, now, if you got a girlfriend, that's okay. Hey, she can be replaced. It's all good. Hey, one homecoming, I have another one by Bayou Classic. I mean, it happens, right? Because that old thing might be with me at Bayou Classic. But the wife, and you got the kids, hey, protect your home. Don't let this weekend break up your home. Hey, I promise you, don't let this weekend break up your happy home. You trying to slide, man, go on with your wife, bruh. That's for my brothers out there. That's for my boys out there. Go on with your wife. Think about the kids, my man. Now, that girlfriend, hey, it is what it is. You have another one by Bayou Classic. All right? So I just want to make sure I put that out there for you. Just because, you know. But for all the other ones, if somebody walk up to you and you don't remember them, they say, hey, man, Perry, man, how you been? How you doing? You just ask them, man, I've been good, man. How you been doing? Then when you walk off and they be like, who was that? And you say, I don't know. You still got to play it, though. You still got to play it. Given in certain ways, you got to play homecoming because it's going to be folks that's talking to you that you don't know, that you ain't seen. You maybe didn't have glasses in college and really couldn't see people's faces too good. Now they done got older. You can afford those glasses now. And now you see them the whole time they didn't saw you, but you never could recognize them from back in the day. I hope I'm making sense to somebody this morning because it happened to me before. Because I'd be like, bro, I don't know who that was. But that's all love. All right. Next, handle your drink well today. I'm just going through the checklist. I wasn't planning on doing this. But now that I'm thinking about it, I've been there before. And I didn't have somebody with me like that before. Manage your intake of the other stuff today, of the spirits. Nobody got time babysitting you, especially if you grown. Start at 7:34. Drink you some water right now. If you hear my voice, go get some water right now. Anybody out there, I don't care if you're going to Southern today or not, go get you some water right now. I'll wait. I'll give you a second. Go put some ice in it. Go get a bottle. Go get you some water right now and drink it. After you get that water, go get you a little something to snack on this morning. Hey, look, I tell you, you got all day. It's a marathon. It ain't a sprint. You got all day. Some of y'all didn't get no good sleep last night. Some of y'all been going since yesterday. Go get some water, okay? It ain't gonna hurt you. If you hear my voice right now, go drink you some water. Even if you don't drink, just go get you some water because you're gonna have to walk. You're gonna have some patience today. And then after you get that water, go get you something to eat on. Get you a little light breakfast. You ain't got to go hard. You ain't got to be heavy. Go get you a light breakfast, something with some substance, you know. Eat you some waffles this morning, maybe some pancakes, something that'll hold you for a second, something that'll soak up that stuff. But I'm just telling you, ain't nobody got time to babysit y'all out there. How many of y'all have been at homecoming and somebody done kicked it with your boy and they spoiled your homecoming because they done went out there and got towed up too early? Me. Story time with Perry White. Got you. This was back in, this was 2013. Let me tell y'all what happened to me. UAPB plays Southern for UAPB's homecoming. I go up to UAPB. I kick it. I met this chick. Got her number. I'm like, hey, Southern homecoming next week. You ought to come kick it with me. After we kicked it at UAPB homecoming, she like, cool. I'm going to come on to Baton Rouge. So I had a partner that was coming down. She hop in, boom, she get to Baton Rouge. You hear how I'm telling the story when I say boom, you know it's real. So she get to Baton Rouge, and we kick it Friday. Now, I told her Saturday morning, because UAPB homecoming is nothing like Southern's homecoming. Their homecoming is to a parking lot. When people come see Southern homecoming, they like, what are y'all on everywhere? So I tried to tell her, drink you some water. We're going to eat a little light breakfast. Well, we did those things. But this is the other part of that thing. That's that other thing. So we get there, and we kicking it. Shout out to my man, Mr. Ed. I've been tailgating with Mr. Ed for years. That's my people. That's my family. I love them to death, the whole crew. So we get to the tailgate. Man, look, it's about, this is before I was doing the Jaguar Journal, so we got out there about 7:30 after getting past the parade. We get to the tailgate, and instantly, as soon as we pull up, hey, take a shot. Cool. And we played Alcorn that year for homecoming. I'll never forget it. In 2013, we went into overtime with Alcorn. That was when Alcorn was just starting to get decent. Take our shots. Boom, take another one. Boom, y'all want a Jell-O shot? Cool. Y'all want a drink? Cool. Hey, and it was some lady from Alcorn. Listen, I'll put her up against anybody to drink. She is a champion of drinks. I don't know how she put that. That woman put away a fifth by herself. I knew what to do. I paced myself. But my homegirl fell for the okie doke. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, the moral of the story. Don't fall for the okie doke today thinking you can go tit for tat with somebody because you never know who you're drinking with. And my homegirl found out. About 45 minutes later, the lady from Alcorn who was at the tailgate, and this is a true story, say, baby, where your friend girl at? I haven't seen her. And I looked and, I'm caught up. There's a lot going on. I'm like, dang, I ain't seen her either. I'm looking around. So my partner, Chris, was with me. I said, man, hey, walk with me, bro. Now, mind you, we there. We where we want to be. We walk, and we in the Mini Dome parking lot. I walk over to the left probably about 30 yards. Y'all know where I found her? Slumped next to her RV. Just randomly, just so random, just done. So the moral of the story, don't be slumped next to an RV today. Don't be trying to go tit for tat. Don't try to show out. Do what you know you can do. You know what you're capable of. Don't try to show out. That's the other thing. That's the last part of this entire thing. A lot of y'all finna be stunned today. I know it. You're going to be stunned. Got about, living, drove in and flew in, with my private jet today. And, we got the presidential suite over there at the, yeah, baby. I big money. Y'all going to be stunned today. Now, stun accordingly. Okay? Because once you give out the social media, I know how you paint the picture of yourself on social media, right? You're a god. You're living good. You're a celebrity and wherever you're from. And for the females, they gonna think they the baddest thing ever walked the earth. Oh, those filters finna be on point. Oh my God. Them filters today? What you laughing at, Mike? You know it. Boy, social media finna be filled with them filters today. And I love it. All this is homecoming. Ain't nothing bad about what I'm talking about because we done all been there. We done all been with somebody who been slumped somewhere. We done all been with somebody who done stunted too hard. We done been all that. We also done been with folks who done had us late. Like, bro, you not ready yet? You supposed to be ready an hour ago. We still waiting on you. Been there before. Traffic. That's why you got to get to where you're going. Some of y'all right now know you need to get your butt up and get ready. You can listen to me as you get ready. Some of y'all need to get up and get ready right now, knowing you needed to be out the door 20 minutes ago. Am I lying? Some of y'all know you need tickets. What you waiting on? Go on, get them. I'm just putting y'all because you start trying to stress somebody else out because of your mishaps. It's homecoming. Don't stress me out today. And don't stress nobody else out. And guys, choose wisely of that woman you deciding to bring out because that girlfriend, now your wife, hey, you know what to do. But that girlfriend, don't let her blow your mood today because they'll do that. They'll make it about them too. When they see everybody in your face, what's up? Hey, man, I ain't seen. They'll blow it. I got to use the bathroom. I'm not using a porta potty. Well, where you want to go? What you want to do? I don't know them. I don't want to go over there. I'm not really hungry. I don't want nothing to drink. Like everything if that's going to be your vibe today, hey, fellas, you know who she is. Leave her at home. Don't blow your day for her. And ladies, same to you. I'm just putting y'all on game. It's homecoming. Man, everything can happen at homecoming. It's so many different scenarios. Oh, yeah, we got a football game, too, today against Prairie View. I talked to y'all about Prairie View and Southern as well about the football game. Do y'all want to hear about football today? I mean, the Jags did go over to Daytona Beach last week and get I'll leave it at that. We got our issue. I watched that game. What was so embarrassing, y'all, I was up at Jackson State homecoming last week. 2 homecomings in a row for me. The big game, Jackson State and Alabama State, and what a hell of a game it was. Came down to the last play of the game on the 2-yard line. It was one of the most exciting football games I've seen in a long time in this conference. But I tell y'all what, it was the 4th quarter. I'm sitting there hanging out. I hear scores from around the SWAC. Bethune-Cookman 45, Southern 14. And all I heard was 40,000 people say, damn. At the same time, can I say that word? Am I good? They said, damn. And then they fell out laughing. I said, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. I didn't wear no Southern stuff up there either, but I was so embarrassed. That ain't the score I wanted to hear. My phone service wasn't good, but I promise you that ain't the score I wanted to hear. Not in Jackson. I wanted to hear that the opposite way around, like, yeah, look at them Jaguars. So, 45-14. I'm telling you, it was embarrassing. Really bad. So we got Prairie View today. I'll talk some football. Right now, I'm just giving y'all homecoming. We got somebody calling in right quick. Let's see who this is. We just got homecoming right now. I just want to keep your vibes and your spirits up before we do anything else. Can we do that? Just want to keep you in the homecoming spirit. Let's get ready to take a break, Mike, and we come back. We'll go to that caller. So let's take a break. We right there. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be back more to Jaguar Journal.
All right, let's get into this HBCU top 5. First up, Prairie hit.
And now, the SU Band will perform for you. Red Light Special, directed by Director Band. Associate Director Band, Mr. William Young.
All right, everybody, we're back. It's the Jaguar Journal. I'm Perry White. Good morning. Happy homecoming to all my Southern University Jaguars out there in Jaguar land. Glad to have you guys with us. 73 FM. Everybody out there listening this morning, and as well as everybody out there watching on our Facebook and YouTube Live. Glad to have you guys as well. Right quick. Let's go to the phone line. You said we got Damien?
Perry, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
Happy homecoming.
Happy homecoming.
All right. First off, congratulations on your recent offer from. Your recent concert from SU. Well deserved.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate you.
I'm sorry.
I said I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. And as far as homecoming today, I'm rooting for the Jags, but like I said before, lieutenant than a general. I mean, he says we're held accountable. You know, keep our fans. We're going to get better. I got 2 words for that.
What's that?
Jesus wept.
Oh man, we ain't finna eat no breakfast, no lunch. Right?
It is what it is. I mean, can we improve? Yes, but can we? Is it possible? I mean, it's possible. Yes, but I just don't know. I mean, I just want to hear your opinions on if we can get better from here on out.
I'm going to do that in the 8 o'clock hour, but I tell you right now, in my opinion, no. I've been calling it so far. I saw everything I need to see after the Mississippi Valley game. North Carolina Central, I was kind of on the fence when I saw in the second half offensively what we couldn't get going. Defensively, I saw us just giving up play after play after play, playing off of the receivers, giving up 5 yards, 6 yards to catch. I saw us having a tough time making open field tackles, one-on-one, man-to-man. Just had issues with tackling. But then I saw offensively at the Valley game that the turnovers just kept mounting up.
Agreed.
And what I've said over and over and over, you're not going to beat a lot of the good. You're not going to beat the good teams running inside zone. You're not going to beat the good teams not being able to complete your short intermediate passes. And you cannot rely on a quarterback who's just going to sit around and run with a running back just running up the gut and trying to catch somebody with the deep ball that we have not been able to complete. We are not an efficient team. We're not a well-coached team. And when I say well-coached, we're not developed.
No, we're not.
And you can see it as the game goes on. And Southern right now does not know how to play 4 quarters of football at all.
Agreed.
4 quarters of football from beginning to end. Last year, the ball bounced our way. We were able to get it, once we got past that first half of the schedule, past McNeese and Jackson State and Nichols, which those 3 games within itself, when I still look at them to today, really ticked me off. Because McNeese, Nichols, we're not that much better than Southern. And then looking at Jackson State, it's just like, what are we doing? But then when you get why everybody's excited saying, hey, it's still in front of us, that let me know how bad we are to think. Now we're excited because we know we're about to get into a really bad SWAC West schedule. That's nothing to be excited for to say, well, we can still run the table. Well, we just played 3 of the top teams in black college football and didn't look like we even deserved to be on the field in the second half against these teams. But we're saying we want to win the rest of the games and go to the championship. I want to win my games, no doubt about it.
Same here.
I want to win the games. I want to go to a championship. It's just the fact of what I've seen thus far. It doesn't give me any confidence to that.
Same
Offensively,
here.
Southern cannot get anything going. I have been on here, and y'all know I'm Southern through and through. I hate to get on here and pick against Southern and go with the other team, but the past 3 times, haven't I been right? I picked Bama State. I picked Jackson State. And a lot of people thought I was crazy when I picked Bethune-Cookman, but I got right here on this radio last week, and what did I tell y'all? Offensively, Southern does not have the offense to keep up with Bethune-Cookman. And what happened? 45-14. Didn't have the offense to keep up with them. So if you're asking me, and Bethune-Cookman is literally at the bottom in damn near every category defensively.
Yep.
So, see, you're killing my homecoming spirit, Damien. I was trying to talk.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My apologies.
That's why I came on here with a different type of energy. Now here you go, man. You done darkened my energy.
Oh, come on. Don't play me.
I got to get off this subject. Hey, Damien, happy homecoming to you,
You
man.
too, brother. Stay safe.
All right. I got to get back in my homecoming spirit. He was taking me down. Did you hear me going from a high good? And then I started getting a little frustrated. But my frustration is what many in the Jaguar Nation feel. My frustration is, how can I put it? Southern is off to its worst start from what I found since 1971. Now, a lot of people go back to the Stump Mitchell era and say, well, hey, we won 2 games during one of those periods of time he was at Southern. But Southern has not had a start like this in quite some time. And listen, everybody, I can take a loss. That's life. I can take a loss. I can happily accept the L when I know I gave everything and it just wasn't enough to get me over the hump, and I can walk away and I can say I learned something from that. Like, damn, they got me right there. They was just a little bit more wittier than me right there. They just did a little bit more than what I had to give right there. I can walk away and say, man, that was just a damn good game. But where Southern is now, ain't nothing good about the game. When we played Valley, I actually thought Valley was an improved team until after Valley played us, and then I saw they're not that improved. We're just that bad. And it's the truth. Whether it's administration listening, whether it's the coaches listening, whether it's the players listening, I got eyes. I'm not just looking at the final score. I'm looking at the game as a whole. And I'm watching us not execute. Now, in football, what we're going to say, there's always plays out there. We just needed to make them. Of course. There was always a hole in that gap that they should have hit. It was always a receiver. If he just had the time, and it was there. It was always a quarterback. If he just looked and went through his progression, he had a guy wide open. There are always opportunities. Defensive back, if you just bring in that interception, oh, man, we needed that. There's always plays. That's the game. Nobody's perfect in no game. Of course, there's always plays out there. But at the end of the day, it's how you compete, too. Because we know in every sport, when you don't make all the plays, it's how do you get back out there to make the next play and the play after that and the play after that. And how do you look when you're making that play? I can tell if you're prepared and I can tell if you're not prepared. I can tell just like when you have a test at school, I can tell the student that study and the student that just think they finna come in here and wing it. You know who studied. They not looking up and looking around, and every time you look up, they looking at you. What you laughing at, Mike? Oh, that's you? You know when somebody studied because they ain't got time to look around. They looking at the answers. If they don't know that one, they skipping to the next one. They trying to get as many as they can get done, and then they'll come back to the ones that they don't know, and then they finish. The one who didn't study, man, they doing everything. Hands on their head, they yawning, leaning back, stretching, looking around. It's everything. They doing everything that they don't need to be doing. So, how long I got? 30 seconds. Damon, I was trying to save it to the top of the hour, but because I got this last 30 seconds, I'm going to bring the energy back up, and I'm going to say happy homecoming to all of y'all out there, even to William. William, good morning. Happy homecoming to you. Because tell me if this roster going to help us win a game today. I want to know. Who from New Orleans going to step up today? So let's get ready to take a break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to talk about today's ball game. And where my man Chris been at? God, dog, Chris, where you been? It's been quiet. I thought I would have been heard from you, but you're laying low on me, Chris. All right, let's get ready to take a break, everybody. We'll be back. Stay tuned more to the Jaguar Journal. right, everybody, we're back. It's the Jaguar Journal. Good morning to you. I am Perry White. Happy homecoming to everybody out there in Jaguar land. Glad to have you guys with us with you at your tailgate. If you're riding your RV, if you're headed to Baton Rouge, whatever the case may be, good morning to you. Glad to have you. Everybody on Talk 107.3 FM across the Baton Rouge capital city area, and everybody out there listening across the world on our Facebook and YouTube. Good morning. As we get ready for the ball game, of course, the first hour, I'm talking about homecoming. Now, it's time to talk about the homecoming football game. It's Southern University versus Prairie today. Prairie comes into this game. They're 3-0 in conference play. And so far, they've been holding on by the hair. They chin, getting a 1-point victory over at Alcorn, getting a 1-point victory over at Texas Southern. And once again, they're on the road looking to try to squeak out another victory, as right now they're in the driver's seat in the SWAC West. Southern University is still just trying to put it together and find a way to do it. And what a better day. It's homecoming. This is the win that we're looking for. And nobody better than talk about it. We ready? Then my man, Blue, Zach McKenna from FCS Football Central. Good morning, Blue.
Good morning, man. Appreciate you having me again.
Man, good to have, man. You know it's always a good time, man. You welcome to come in the door and go in the refrigerator anytime, man. It's always a good time. What's up with you?
Oh, man. Trying to staying busy, man. You know, it's midway through the year now. Playoff picture for the FCS is shaping up. Man, there's so many storylines, though. We had the game of the week of the SWAC last week. MEAC conference play, Perry, finally starts this week, even though it's like November now.
It must be it must be almost Halloween.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know how they go so long without starting conference play, but it's finally there. So they're just trying to keep up with all the action across the FCS and HBCU football.
And you know, somebody asked me, and I'll just say this out loud and candidly. Somebody asked me, did I have ideas in terms of a Southern coach? Now, we still got our coach, right? No problem. But I always, I be looking around. I got a coach. I'm just saying, I got a coach. Blue, me and you will talk about it, but I got a coach, and I'm going to hear your thoughts about it. But for you, let's look at today's game, Southern versus Prairie View. Prairie View, look, Coach Tremaine Jackson has come in after coming from Valdosta State. He took Valdosta State last year to a Division II national championship, not a conference championship, a national championship. He's a no-nonsense, go-to-work type of guy. His football team coming into this year, of course, Bubba was let go. Well, let me say, Prairie View constantly tells me he wasn't fired. We just didn't extend his contract. Same thing they did with Eric Dooley. I got it. Nonetheless, they moved on. Tremaine comes in and says, look, I'm not just trying to build a SWAC good football team. I'm trying to build an FCS program here. Year one, they don't quite look like a power in FCS, but Blue, they've been finding ways to get it done. They found a way to get it done against Texas Southern. They found a way to get it done against Grambling. They found a way to get it done against Northwestern State. They found a way to get it done against Alcorn State. And it may be a little bit more time on the clock. Rio Grande Valley, in which they came back in that one, they're not such a bad-looking team, are they?
No, I mean, they're really – okay, so this is what's weird, Terry, and this is funny, and maybe Southern fans are going to hate to hear this. They kind of remind me of Southern from last year, where Southern just kept finding ways to win, Terry. Maybe it wasn't the prettiest. Maybe, there were things that you guys wanted fixed from just an offensive standpoint because, I mean, TV hasn't thrown the ball very well this year. But despite all that, they just keep finding ways to win. And at the end of the day, I don't know how you felt about Southern last year. The wins are wins at the end of the day, and we can have the conversation of where TV ranks in the SWAC right now. But again, they just keep winning, and so maybe they don't like the most impressive team right now. Maybe we don't like their chances on how they stack up against Jackson, who's the favorite in the East. But again, man, year one, to be sitting at 3-0 right now in conference play, first year as the head coach, man, you've got to be impressed. And like you said, they came back against UCR-TV, and I think that was a bad loss personally, Perry, because that program's brand new. But they've actually exceeded expectations. The season already won a conference game, and they had the chance to knock off Lamar today, which would give them a top 25 win. So Yeah, I think that loss isn't as bad as a lot of people think. But again, if they win this game, Perry, they'll be 4-0 in the SWAC with the tiebreaker win over Texas Southern, Grambling, Alcorn, and Southern. The West, if they win today, the West race might be over, and you got to give Tremaine Jackson a ton of credit for that.
Let's look at it. Prairie View versus Alcorn State in their last outing. Of course, Prairie View had a bye week before they got ready to head into Baton Rouge today. They won 13-12 up on the reservation against Alcorn State. Listen, Prairie View, 21 first downs. They were 5 of 13 on third downs. They were able to put up 348 total yards of offense. A balanced day, modest, 185 in the air, 163 on the ground. 9 penalties, though, for 100 yards. But one thing about it, no turnovers, and they controlled time of possession in that ball game. Cameron Peters, is the quarterback in that ball game. He was 15 of 22 for 117 yards. He's a dual threat. He can also do it with his legs. 11 carries for 66 yards. Looking back at that game, a 1-point victory up on the reservation for Prairie View, man. They did the same thing, coming back, winning the game on the last play against Texas Southern. And I believe Alcorn missed a go-ahead game-winning field goal to lose this game against Prairie View.
Yeah, but if you remember, and if I remember right, Terry, right before they missed that field goal, PV stacked Alcorn on like the play before, 2 plays before, and put them out of field goal range. And again, man, it's just little things like that. And then you look at the drive before that field goal attempt with 39 seconds left, Terry, they got an interception on the drive before that. And so it's just timely plays by this defense, man, is really what it comes down to. And every single time PV needs to play to win the game period, they come through and find a way to get it done. And again, we can break down all the statistics, talk about where they rank in the SWAC and all this kind of stuff. It's just, it doesn't really matter for them. Okay, if they're in striking distance, similar to Southern last year, they're going to find a way to win the close game, and that's going to be the challenge for Southern today. Is if this thing's close in the fourth quarter, Perry, Southern's been a team that hasn't been able to finish games this year. Are they going to have the confidence to put away PV late in this ball game? Despite it being homecoming, the energy's going to be there, the crowd's going to be there. We know all this stuff. Are they going to have the momentum? Are they going to have the execution? Are they going to know how to win this football game if it's close in the fourth quarter against PV? Because we know that PV is going to be ready to win the game.
I just got one question. How many points a game does Prairie View average?
Not a ton. I want to say it's like 21.
Oh, yeah, man, there it is. There it is. There it is, Blue. That's all it takes. Southern cannot score any points. And let me talk about why Southern can't score any points, because, like you said, that'll be going against this Prairie View defense today. Let's start in the trenches. What does Prairie View do well defensively that's keeping them making the plays, as you said, that they're making? And start with the trenches.
I personally think it's one, their pass defense is actually really good. And I know it might not look impressive, but, Harry, they rank first in the SWAC right now in passing defense. Only 168 yards per game allowed, only 7 passing touchdowns allowed. They forced 5 interceptions. They really don't allow much through the air. And they've only allowed one team this year, Perry, to throw for over 180 yards, and that was UTRGV. And so you look at this, and you know that Southern struggles with football. If they load the box and Southern is forced to put this thing in the air, it really, really favors TV. But when you look at their rushing attack, too, it was a little bit slow to start the year. You know, they allowed like 347 against Rice. They allowed 100 yards in all their first games. But here we talk about how good Alcorn's rushing attack is. 32 carries for 94 rushing yards last week. That is amazing to see. And then also, too, Southern went up against a really, really bad Bethune-Cookman defense and was not able to run the football, which makes me think that PV is going to be able to find a way to stop the run. And Terry, we talk about the trenches. I don't think PV has any bona fide pass rushers. I like Parker Kennedy, who is more like an edge rusher, hyper linebacker type guy, 35 tackles, 9.5 for loss, 3.5 sacks. But they don't have that guy that's just going to rush the passer. Again, Terry, they don't do anything spectacularly, but they're just so disciplined, man. And that's going to be the thing that I think is going to hurt Southern tonight.
You know, offensively for Prairie View, they've been modest. They've made the plays when they needed to make them. Let's talk about Prairie View offensively.
I mean, it's not always pretty to watch. Let me just put it.
I use the word modest. You know, I'm trying to be, you know.
I mean, there's not. It's not pretty. I mean, like I said, they're 7th in the SWAC in scoring offense. They are 6th in total offense. They are 3rd in rushing. The rushing attack is what's really good, but then they're 8th in passing offense. The problem is all those ranks are better than what Southern is offensively. So it's just this is a good matchup for PV. I think it all starts with the rushing attack, though, Perry. That's if you can take away the rushing attack from PV, you're going to have a chance to win because they really don't have a downfield passing attack that's going to scare you. You look at Cam Peters, you look at Tevin Carter. None of these guys scare you with their arms, and really and truly, Tevin Carter is just a running back and quarterback. He's a bigger guy. That's just going to be a problem in the red zone if they get down there. But you look at their running back, Chase Bingman's averaging almost 6 yards per carry, leads the team in rushing. McDowell is averaging 7.2 yards per carry. I mentioned Tevin Carter, 216 and 5 touchdown carries. They're going to try to run the football, and you're going to have to find a way to stop them. And if you're looking through the pass game, Josiah Rockwell, man, 6'2", 214, has had a big year, 445, a touchdown this year. So they have at least one big weapon on the outside, but it all starts with the rushing attack carry. And the question here becomes, do you trust Southern to stop the run and make PV one-dimensional? And that really and truly might be the biggest key to this game.
How many Cams do we have in this league at quarterback, man? This got to be a record. You got Cameron McCoy, you got Cam Ramsey, then you got Cam Peters. It's a lot of Cams at quarterback in the SWAC this year, right?
It's a popular name. I mean, it's insane. We got to get some variety in the SWAC.
All right, let's get ready to take a break. When we come back on the other side, Blue and I are going to talk about Southern. We'll look around the SWAC, so you guys stay tuned. We'll be back. More of the Jaguar Journal. What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal.
Barry, hit him with it.
All right, HBCU top 5 this week. Let's go. Number 5 coming into, we're in October, Scotty.
Hey, it's almost there.
It's almost time. So, you know, with South Carolina State, MEAC conference play is right around the corner. South Carolina State getting it done on the road at North Carolina A&T this week, getting a victory at G-Ho. It was a little bit closer than many had expected, including us, but nonetheless, Chennisberry and the Bulldogs are 4-3. Got to give them credit for that, and they will stay remaining in the top 5. Let's go to number 4, Prairie View. They're 4-2 on the season, 3-0 overall in conference play. But guess what? They didn't have a game this weekend, and because of that, hey, there was other teams who played like the rest of the teams on this list. So to me, they dropped the spot. Coming in at number 3, let's go Alabama State. Listen, how you lose matters to me. And even though they went on the road at number 1 Jackson State and was able to make it a game that came down to the 2-yard line with no time left on the clock, how you lose matter. And to me, showing me the way they lost that game. Now let's go to number 2, North Carolina Central. It's a shame what they did to those Rattlers down there in Bragg Memorial. Beating down Florida A&M the way that they did. Hey, Trey Oliver is continuously had this team rise up after those tough losses with Old Dominion and so forth in New Hampshire. But here they are again in the top 5 at the high spot. Number 2 on my list, I think North Carolina Central is primed to take that run once conference play hits in the MEAC. And then, of course, number 1 team in the nation in black college football on the D1 side, Jackson State. No better way when everybody was watching on a big stage at homecoming to get a victory against a damn Number 5, South Carolina State. Number 4, Prairie View. Number 3, Alabama State. Number 2, North Carolina Central. And the baddest team in the land right now, Black college football, Jackson State. All right, everybody, we're back. It's the Jaguar Journal. Good morning to everybody. Happy homecoming to all my Jaguars out there and everybody listening across the Baton Rouge capital city area on Talk 107.3 FM. Good morning to you and everybody watching across the world on our Facebook and YouTube Live. Good morning. Be sure to go follow the Jaguar Journal across all social media. We're on X. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify, as well as, did I forget some? TikTok. Mike said we went viral this week. So that's a big thing. We got my man Blue, a.k.a. Zach McKinnell. Blue, good morning.
Good morning, man.
All right, let's go to the phone line. Who we got this morning? Good morning.
Hello, Perry.
What's up, man? Who we got?
Man, it's Heights Northern.
You know, I had to let you say your own name so the people know who it is. What's up, Coach Northern?
Man, I'm coming to town, getting ready to, see a lot of people enjoy the ball game, and I'm calling the game for Mike Prince on the Open Mic Network. I'm just enjoying myself, following football around and watching some games.
So for a lot of people out there don't know, Coach Northern, the former head football coach at Prairie View, he covers a lot around the SWAC and currently gets an inside look at Prairie View. And Coach, Blue and I was just talking about Prairie View. And, hey, he's a Southern alum, so happy homecoming to you.
Hey, man, I'm looking forward to it. And my son is a freshman at Prairie View, so they got a few people actually staying at my dad's house. They probably cooking breakfast. I hadn't made it there yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But, look, I heard you guys talking about Southern, I guess the way that Prairie View look.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, they look like a lot like, I'm going to go back to the 93 team that we had at Southern where we won a lot of close games. We controlled the ground game. Eric Randall at quarterback wasn't very spectacular. That's my homeboy Loving. But we did not set the world on fire throwing the football. And then we had a pretty good, outstanding defense. And that's what that team at Prairie View reminds me of. Look, they have a defense that nobody else in the conference runs. I think that gives them a little bit of an advantage as well. And then I think the other thing, and I keep saying this, everybody on the same page at Prairie View trying to win football games, and I don't see that at some of the other schools in the conference.
Coach, let's talk about Prairie View a little bit. What have you seen from the Panthers thus far this year? And give me some good and give me some bad as well, because it's growing pains with a first-year head coach with Tremaine Jackson.
The good, they winning. I don't care how you cut it up. It's good to win. And I think they actually might have a negative plus-minus overall for the season, but they have some good. They play good situational football. They last 2 minutes of the game, and the last 2 minutes before halftime, they do pretty well. But they execute in high level situations, and they get some breaks in high level situations. It's no way you can say they should not have won that game, or they should have won with Alcorn having a chance to kick a field goal and it comes up just short. But like I say, it's a play within the play. But they do a good job of just doing the small things well, not going to overwhelm you with the throwing game. They run the ball doggone well. And I think one of their running backs may not play, Bingham, who's been out a little bit with a nagging injury. But other than that, man, they have a running back, Vic McDowell, that reminds me of Lionel Nicholas when we had him and Melvin in the backfield. And, a big old guy that can run it, come the third or fourth quarter, you're not going to want to tackle him. And then they have two quarterbacks. Both of them are probably about Eric Randall's size, maybe even one of them is bigger. But they both can run the ball well. They'll hit you with some throws, but they're not going to set the world on fire with their passing game.
Let me ask you this. Defensively, talking about the scheme, what is their scheme set defensively?
So, to me, most people would call it either 3-3 stack or 3-5-3. I call it a 3-3 stack because they have three defensive linemen, three linebackers, then they play a 3-high safety look. So when you have that look, they not going to wow you with pass rushes because they play their defensive ends head up over the tackle. But what they make hard is it's hard for you to get to the middle linebacker and block him. Oh, and then they can bring any of those three safeties down in the run game. So that's what makes their defense a little bit unique, and that's what makes it you have to, man, I guarantee 1 week of film study is not going to help the average college quarterback against that defense, especially when it comes to you having to throw the ball. But they give you some wrinkles in the run game, but if you have to throw it, they do a good job of disguising, as well as, they can play some Tampa, they can play some man, they can overload blitzes. So that's what makes that defense hard to figure out.
And so let's talk about that defense now. Let's talk about Southern University. And, Blue, I'm going to come to you with this one. Southern loses last week 45-14 on the road over at Daytona Beach. Just not a good day offensively once again for Southern, and another blowout to add to the list of teams on the schedule. Southern only able to put up 12 first downs in this game, fellas. Only 1 of 9 on third down conversions and 1 of 4 on fourth down. A tough day converting those third and fourth downs. 267 total yards of offense, 202 passing. And how about this? Only 65 yards rushing against one of the worst rushing teams. And the biggest eye-opener of this was time of possession. Bethune-Cookman, 41 minutes and 41 seconds to Southern's 18 minutes and 19 seconds. When you talk about being dominated, that is complete domination. For Southern, Cameron McCoy, 5 of 12 for 101 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interception. Ashton Strother, 9 of 13 for 101 yards and a touchdown. Trey Holly in this one with 14 carries, 71 yards, and no touchdown. Then Christian Smith, 1 carry for 13 yards. Jason Gabriel, 2 carries for 10 yards, man. And then you had Darren Morris, who caught a touchdown on the first play of the scrimmage after a penalty in this ball game. 3 receptions for 87 yards for a touchdown. Most of that 87 yards was on that one play for 71 yards, was the longest in that game. Blue, I'm going to come to you. Looking at Southern coming out of that Bethune-Cookman game, I thought, as I said last week, Southern's offense could not keep up. But, damn, I didn't think it was going to turn out like this, Blue.
Well, it starts with the game plan, Perry. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Trey Holly didn't have a carry till the second quarter against a bad Bethune-Cookman defense. He's been your only source of offense all season, really. How do you not give him the ball? And then, 2, that they just don't have any confidence in either quarterback right now, and it's evident, right? And Perry, if me and you and Coach can see it, you don't think players, you don't think Cameron McCoy and Strother know that you don't have confidence in them? And you know what that does for I guess how confident they are on the field as leaders. Perry, I just wanted to point this out. I mean, me and you did all these preseason previews. Did you have Southern ranking last in the SWAC right now for scoring offense?
I did not.
At 14 points per game, Perry, this year. And they ranked second to last in total offense. It's just been bad. And I'm going to be honest, it starts at quarterback. I know it's hard to recruit quarterback, man, but at the same time, in the recruiting footprint that Southern is in, Perry, there is no excuse to not have a quarterback on this team that can throw the football whatsoever with any efficiency. And then you look at wide receiver, really outside of Darren Morris, who's been a non-factor really because of how bad the quarterback play's been. Southern doesn't have a bunch of playmakers outside of wide receiver, and it's just disappointing that it's come to this. And then really and truly outside of Trey Holly, the running back room lacks depth behind him. Who do you trust to really go make a play outside of Trey Holly? And then the offensive line hasn't performed up to par. And again, I thought the offensive line was going to take a step forward this year. You had a lot of continuity coming back with Perry. Overall, as an offensive unit, everything has just looked bad this year for Southern.
And Southern defensively has just been getting chipped away in the second half, where teams have just consistently put up points. And when you get dominated in time of possession, 41 minutes to 18 minutes, who you think on the field all day? Sounds like the defense, right? And as they get out there on the field, they wear down and wear down. Coach Northern, you looking at Southern thus far this year, I mean, blowouts in every game except the Valley game. And now that I go back and look at it, you put 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on that clock and give Valley that offensive possession, I think Valley just might beat Southern. But, hey, Southern won, and I'm like you, Coach, a win is a win. But after that, there have been some ugly losses, and all of them have come by the same recipe. A close first half, Southern being able to match, and then in the second half, Southern just completely disappears. No second half football. cannot play 4 complete quarters. Offense completely disappears aside from the explosive plays, maybe from a receiver here, Trey Holly there, Cameron McCoy on the run there. But aside from that, there's nothing else left, and the defense out on the field for so long, they just wear down.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. As a former defensive coordinator, I would never let my guys complain about what the offense is doing. There's no rule that says the defense can't score, and there's no rule that say if we struggling on offense, we can't get a 3 and out and give the ball back to them in better field position. What I see happening, just my opinion, I hadn't studied film, but just from the games that I watch, is sometimes the defense is playing well, and then they start pressing to make plays, whether it's a missed tackle, a bad run fit, one guy out of a gap, and sometimes what I call is 11 minus 1 football. Everybody else is doing exactly what they're supposed to do, and with the ball or the field being so spread, one guy make or miss a tackle or don't fit it well, and it's a big play for the offense. So I would never let the defensive guys complain. So, and I played defense in college, so I know what it's like sometimes when they struggling. You have to put forward an effort to get them the ball or score it yourself. So, and I agree with you what's going on, but I see how it happens. But at the end of the day, you can get those same 3 and outs just like the other team can.
Let's talk about this, and you being a former coach here in this league, quarterback play, developing a quarterback, because earlier this week, listen to Coach Terrence Graves in the press conference. He said, man, we got 3 guys who are learning on the job, and that's Jalen Woods, who is coming back but has not been healthy. And it just seemed like it was over from the beginning, just him not starting the game because of some off-the-field things against North Carolina Central, then the injury against Mississippi Valley. It just seemed like it wasn't meant to be from the beginning as the season started. Then you get Ashton Strother, who Coach Terrence Gray says showed up 8 days before class started, and then you bring in Cameron McCoy, of course, the transfer from Jackson State. Talk about developing a quarterback, because for Southern, the end-all, be-all starts there. They are in a tough spot playing musical chairs literally with every quarterback and cannot seem to get anything going. Developing of a quarterback, and what is that like in this league, trying to get a guy to make plays for you, and not big plays, just the simple things, the short intermediate routes, managing the game, getting first downs, keeping drives alive.
I think the biggest thing is having guys that can anticipate where the ball is supposed to go pre-snap read. I think that's where they may be a little bit behind. But like you say, and this is my opinion, Woods, if I was his father, I probably wouldn't let him play football again because of the injury situation. But when you have problems and issues at quarterback, the problems at quarterback is the reason why Bethune-Cookman, who struggle against the run, they can load the box, or they can play their safeties at 8 and 9 yards, which I saw them do, because it's not a threat to say, hey, man, we better back up, because they can go up top. And jokingly, I said, when I saw Southern score on the very first play of the game, I said, man, that may be the worst thing that they could have done. And that's just my inside joke. Look,
hey, you ain't the only one.
I would rather kickoff be ran back than the first play of the game score on a long run, because it just changed the mindset. But just the carryover effect of how it affects everything else when you don't have a trigger man. And we seeing what it does. Them jokers might get hot. You might have to power read them, different things that you can do, roll them out. But even with that, sometimes it's like we are a step late getting rid of the ball. So it's hard. And then guys don't want to stick around and compete. If they don't get the job, man, I'm going to go somewhere else. So, and then you end up with guys that showed up late trying to learn the system, and they almost learning the system in the game more than practice per se.
Did this look like a team that has given up on this coach? In all honesty, from you watching it and considering how that went against Bethune-Cookman on the road, did it look like Southern said, you know what, hey, I'm out of gas here?
I wouldn't say so, because you got guys that's out there trying. But I do think part of, if you look at some of where they struggling, quarterback, then you got Bristol came back. I think he's still hurt, not tackling well. And where you have your injuries per se is up the middle. And anytime you're struggling up the middle, then you're going to you're not going to be as good everywhere else. So I don't think guys have quit. I think they're going to come out and play hard. Now, can they match the intensity for 4 quarters? Because when you have people that, like Prairie View is insistent on running the football, no matter how many people you put in the box or whatever, and they have 2 quarterbacks that can run, you better have your chin strap, your mouthpiece in, your shoulder shockers, and your shoulder pads tied on tight, ready to tackle no matter what the down and distance is against them.
Blue, let me ask you this. Of course, we saw Coach Terrence Graves make the announcement he was moving over from Mark Fredericks being the play caller and moving to Fred McNair now handling play calling duties and assisting as co-offensive coordinator for you. Since that change happened going into the Fresno State game, we're 3 games in, Fresno State, Jackson State, and now Bethune-Cookman to come into the game against Prairie View today. Your thoughts in terms of any change that you've seen, anything that is like, well, I can see a difference. They just could make the plays. Your thoughts, Blue?
Yeah, after you would asked me before the Bethune-Cookman game, I would have said that, okay, yeah, I maybe see a little bit of a change. I just think they were, at the end of the day, Perry, it doesn't really matter what you call when you're that overmatched against Jackson. And in the second half, I think you kind of saw Jackson is just that good. But again, Perry, I just want to remind you, Trey Holly didn't have a carry until the second quarter last week. And I don't care who the OC is. That is just unbelievable. And I'm going to be honest. I'll kind of disagree with Coach. I think the players have it looks like the players have checked out a bit. And Perry, we know in this new age, listen, the portal is a thing. They see the writing on the wall with Coach Graves, and I know we're going to get into coaching candidates here soon. I really do think some of these kids are trying to plan their portal announcements for after the season, and if they lose this game, Perry, it's over. You have nothing else to play for. SWAC championship races, you're probably out of it. And listen, man, we're just playing to get to the Bayou Classic and win that rivalry game for bragging rights, and that's the season right there. And so I don't think there's been a big offensive change, but also, too, can I be a little bit fair to McNair? You kind of handicapped them, right? You brought them in mid-season. These kids, and I talked to my co-host, Coach Fred, about this, you can't teach him a new scheme mid-season. So is he really, truly running his offense the exact way he wants to? I doubt it. And so there's probably a little bit of a mix. And then you add on top of that bad quarterback play, Perry, I don't know what you want him to do.
I don't know what to do myself. Shoot, I know what I got to do. I got to take a break. So y'all two hang on. We got my man Blue. We got Coach Northern. It is homecoming, and happy homecoming and good morning to everybody out there. So if you stay tuned, we'll be right back. More of the Jaguar Journal. What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal.
Perry, hit him with it.
All right, HBCU top 5 this week. Let's go. Number 5 coming into, we're in October, Scotty.
Hey, it's almost there.
It's almost time. So, with South Carolina State, MEAC conference play is right around the corner. South Carolina State getting it done on the road at North Carolina A&T this week, getting a victory at G-Ho. It was a little bit closer than many had expected, including us, but nonetheless, Chennisberry and the Bulldogs are 4-3. Got to give them credit for that, and they will stay remaining in the top 5. Let's go to number 4, Prairie View. They're 4-2 on the season, 3-0 overall in conference play. But guess what? They didn't have a game this weekend, and because of that, hey, there was other teams who played like the rest of the teams on this list. So to me, they dropped the spot. Coming in at number 3, let's go Alabama State. Listen, how you lose matters to me. And even though they went on the road at number 1 Jackson State and was able to make it a game that came down to the 2-yard line with no time left on the clock, how you lose matter. And to me, showing me the way they lost that game. Now let's go to number 2, North Carolina Central. It's a shame what they did to those Rattlers down there in Bragg Memorial. Beating down Florida A&M the way that they did. Hey, Trey Oliver is continuously had this team rise up after those tough losses with Old Dominion and so forth in New Hampshire.
But here they are again in the top 5 at the high spot. Number 2 on my list, I think North Carolina Central is primed to take that run once conference play hits in the MEAC. And then, of course, the number 1 team in the nation in black college football on the D1 side, Jackson State. No better way when everybody was watching on a big stage at homecoming to get a victory against a damn number 5, South Carolina State, number 4, Prairie View, number 3, Alabama State, number 2, North Carolina Central, and the baddest team in the land right now, black college football, Jackson State.
All right, everybody. Good morning. It is the Jaguar Journal. Glad to have you guys with us. Somebody calling in, Mike. See who that is. And I'm Perry White. Glad to have you guys. Good morning to everybody on Talk 107.3 FM. Glad to have you guys this morning. And everybody listening and watching on our Facebook and YouTube Live across the country and the world. Good morning. It is homecoming. Happy homecoming to all my Jaguars. Everybody out there heading to the Jaguar land. Everybody listen out there at your RVs this morning. Everybody sitting in the back of the tailgate. Everybody, just whatever you're doing. If you just woke up, good morning to you. And I got my man, Coach House in Northern, and my man, Blue. Both of us, Zach McKenna from FCS Football Central. We're talking some football today. Good morning, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, man.
All right, let's get it going this way. Let's look at today's game. Southern versus Prairie View. We talked about both teams heading into today's game. But now let's talk about these teams, and we look at keys to success. And Coach Northern, because of Prairie View, I'm going to talk to you. What are keys for success offensively and defensively, and as well as special teams? Because that's another sector of the game I hadn't even really talked about that Southern has looked atrocious on special teams. Did anybody see last week? But for you, the 3 phases of the game and the keys to victory for Prairie View if they want to continue their winning into today.
One is keep on being able to run the ball and not turn it over on the offensive side, and maybe get 1 or 2 passing touchdowns, some over-the-top passes. On the defensive side, you got to keep Southern in 2nd and 3rd and long and make them have to throw the ball on 3rd down. If you leave it 3rd and short, that's going to not be well for Prairie View. Now, one thing where Prairie View has been struggling, their punt team has been doing outstanding. They punt return, I think they may be averaging about 1 yard per punt return, and a kickoff team has not been good at all. Anytime they kick the ball deep, they've been having trouble stopping the other team, and then they started pooch kicking, and they still were getting the ball around the 40-yard line when they kicked it off. But from what I understand, they switched kickers for part of last game, and they may just roll with it, but their kickoff coverage team was not good. So I think those are the biggest keys. Maybe Southern going to have to block a punt or, get a big return and get some juice going early and see where that takes.
Blue, for you, the same for Prairie View. Keys to victory today if Prairie View wants to win this game on the road here in Baton Rouge.
I think the offensive keys, the 2 are establish the run and win the turnover battle. Like because if you turn the football, the best way to get a bad offense going is to turn the football over and give them short fields over and over and keep your defense on the field forever. So I'm going to say establish the run and win the turnover battle. Defensively, is take away the run from Southern. If Southern has to throw the ball to win the game, Perry, it's over. PV's going to win this game by probably multiple scores because Southern has not been able to throw the ball. I've already kind of highlighted how good PV's secondary has been. I don't think enough people are really talking about that. Trevor Randall at safety has played so good, and I was really high on him coming in as a transfer from ULM. So that's going to be the key. On one side, you got to establish a run and not turn the football over. The other side, make Southern one-dimensional, and PV should feel really, really good about winning this game.
Coach Northern, I'll flip it back to you now talking about Southern because you're coming home. You look conflicted today. It's homecoming, but you it's conflicted. You and PV. This how I be feeling when Southern play Pine Bluff. It's like I got a little love here and a little love there. So you all over the place today. But now on the other side, for your alma mater, Southern University, keys for victory of a struggling Southern team, just desperate for a win and desperate, especially in front of a homecoming crowd, because this right here can take the air completely out of the fan base that's already gasping for air.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is going to be being able to run, even if you're just breaking even or getting 2 yards to run. Sometimes you still have to show that you will run the ball, maybe some some first down completions, and then the third down percentage on offense. If they can hover around that 40 to 50% range, I think they're gonna get themselves a chance. That's just my opinion.
Blue, on the other side for you, looking at Southern, we like that fish when you don't put that oxygen in the tank, and we need that air. We just at the top gasping. We one step about to check out. Blue, for you, keys for today for Southern to keep us with some oxygen.
Offensively, it's easy, right? It's establish the run. If you can't throw the football anyway, you got to run the football. The other thing, Terry, is I understand the quarterback play hasn't been good. I believe Darren Morris is back today. Can the passing game get you 2 to 3 explosive plays? Because that really might be all it takes, right? Because PV is not a team that's going to put up a ton of points, right? Their offense has been okay, but they aren't a team that's going to go out there and score 40. Can the passing game give you 2 to 3 explosive plays, Prairie, just to jumpstart that offense a little bit? Those are going to be the two keys there. Defensively, it's time for Kelby Gibbons. It's time for this defensive line to go and just make some plays. But this is where I'm very interested. PV actually has allowed the least amount of sacks in the SWAC this year. Only 4 sacks allowed, Perry. Southern has to find a way to get to the quarterback and has to find a way to keep PV in second and third and longs because they also don't throw the ball well. So it's rushing the passer, it's establishing the run, and just trying to get at least 1 or 2, maybe 3 explosive plays from that passing attack.
And one thing about these teams, when you look at Southern and Prairie View, they continuously trade win after win, and typically it's the visiting team that gets the victory in this matchup. Coach Northern, let everybody know, man, how they can keep up with you and follow up with you, man, if they want to. If somebody out here said, man, look, I didn't know Coach Northern was talking football outside of coaching. How can they keep up with you, man?
All right, so I do a show on Sunday nights with Lionel Mosby, PV versus everybody. He was the student editor at Prairie View when I was coaching there earlier. So we do that Sunday around 8-ish every night. And then I do a show with Mike Prince on the Speakers Network where we just talk. It's a SWAC-centric show, but Prairie View is a focal point. And then, somebody else called me to talk football. I see it, and then I still talk to high school coaches. If they seeing a certain thing, they may say, hey, I want to see this. But the biggest two is Mike Prince show and then PV versus everybody on Sunday night. That's what most people, when they talk to me about something or that they saw or heard me on, that's where it comes from most of the time.
And that's on YouTube, correct?
Yes, sir. It's live on Sunday night.
All right, PV versus everybody. If you guys want to keep up with Coach Heisman Northern and Blue, let everybody know how they can keep up with you.
Yeah, man, SBS Football Central on SI.com, /college /SDS, and the Blue Bloods on YouTube and all podcast streaming platforms.
Happy homecoming, everybody. And Coach Northern, thank you for calling in this morning, man. I see you at the stadium today. And Blue, man, I appreciate you as always coming in and blessing us with the knowledge of the FCS world.
Absolutely,
thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, everybody, let's get ready to take a break. We'll come back on the side, get ready to close things out. It's homecoming. Did y'all listen? Go get your water. Go drink some water right now. If you hear my voice, you got a long day ahead of you. It's a marathon. It ain't a sprint. You ain't no rush to run there. But we got to get there at the end of the day. Go get you some water right now. By the time I come back after the break, have drank that water, okay? Get some hydration in you today because we got a long day of kicking it, all right? So I'll be back. More of the Jaguar Journal.
The SU Band will perform to you. Red Light Special, Director, Band Director Band. Associate Director Band, Mr. William Young.
What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal.
Perry, hit him with it.
All right, HBCU top 5 this week. Let's go. Number 5 coming into, we're in October, Scotty.
Hey, it's almost there.
It's almost time. So, you know, with South Carolina State, MEAC conference play is right around the corner. South Carolina State getting it done on the road at North Carolina A&T this week, getting a victory at G-Ho. It was a little bit closer than many had expected, including us, but nonetheless, Chennisberry and the Bulldogs are 4-3. Got to give them credit for that, and they will stay remaining in the top 5. Let's go to number 4, Prairie View. They're 4-2 on the season, 3-0 overall in conference play. But guess what? They didn't have a game this weekend, and because of that, hey, there was other teams who played like the rest of the teams on this list. So to me, they dropped a spot. Coming in at number 3, let's go Alabama State. Listen, how you lose matters to me. And even though they went on the road at number 1 Jackson State and was able to make it a game that came down to the 2-yard line with no time left on the clock, how you lose matter. And to me, showing me the way they lost that game. Now let's go to number 2, North Carolina Central. It's a shame what they did to those Rattlers down there.
We are back. Good morning, everybody. It's the Jaguar Journal. Happy homecoming to all my Jaguars out there, man. If I see you out there, it's nothing but love today. I'm coming with hugs, handshakes, and high fives and saying happy homecoming, where the food at and where the drink at, because I want to come to your tailgate and say what's up to you and your people, because I got nothing but good spirits, man. That's what it's all about today. I already gave y'all game earlier today. If you out, fellas, if you out with your wife today and you see that old thing from back in college and you know that thing probably still looking good, go the other way. Don't jeopardize the family today. Don't jeopardize the family. Now, the fellas with your girlfriend, hey, I got nothing for you because you can get a new girlfriend by Bayou Classic. But if you're out there with your wife, go the other way. Do not jeopardize the family. Think about the kids, man, because homecoming can get rough. You know, I'll leave it at that. Hey, for the ones who got your friends with you, make sure your friends drink some water today. You don't want to babysit no grown person because they done went out there and got too turned up today. All right? We too grown for that. It's essential that you drink water and that you eat something before you even touch the campus. Yeah, you're going to go to somebody's tailgate. Yeah, you're going to be out and about. But when you're doing all of that walking with the sun out, along with everything else you're doing to yourself, just if you hear my voice right now, go get you a bottle of water right now and drink it. If you hear my voice right now, go get you a little light breakfast. Just get the day started the right way. No need to put yourself in a tough situation because don't nobody got, what cuss words can I use? Which words cannot use? Can I say ass? It's too late. I said it. Nobody got time babysitting your ass today, okay? You too grown for that. I expect that from the students because they just figuring it out. But if you grown, and there's plenty of grown folks that'll blow your day because they ass don't know what they doing, trying to do too much. And I know y'all stunned today. Hey, stun on. Do your thing. I know y'all stunned today. It's going to be a lot of, y'all stunned. But just stun accordingly, okay? We all know you got a private jet and a yacht down in Miami and, you just flew in from China for homecoming. Hey, stun how you going to stunt? I know what you're on today. But for my fellas, the ones that got that wedding ring, hey, man, go the other way when you see that thing from back in the day, okay? I'm just putting you on game. For the ones with your friends, don't let your friends blow your day. You already know that friend full of you know what. You already know you probably shouldn't even be fooling with them today in the first place. Because guess what? They ain't going to do nothing but get on the yard and blow it. And what kind of homecoming is that for somebody to blow your spirits? Now, hey, I ain't fooling with none of that. I'm solo. I just get with people when I see them, but I disappear. I'm like the magic man. Now you see me, now you don't. Okay? I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. I ain't gonna let nobody spoil my homecoming. I done been there. We done all been there, but I done been there. I learned my lesson one time and one time only. But everybody that's out there, happy homecoming to you, man. I love you. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you have a great day. And for any of them little, can I say YNs? Any of them little youngsters. Okay. Any of them little youngsters that's come out there, say, hey, man, I'm a citizen. In my neighborhood, I call the police. I don't care what folks say. If it's something don't look good, before I even call them, my neighbors are already on it, okay? I just want you to know I live in a really good neighborhood. My neighbors are on it. I will call the police on y'all today. Chief, Baton Rouge PD, Baton Rouge Sheriff, the constable, whoever the hell out there, if I see something looking ignorant, it's about to pop off. Hey, let's nip it in the bud early. Don't let it transpire. The moment you look like somebody starting, you know everybody looking, tell the police, hey, you might want to go over there. We can prevent it. We just got to be on it when you see it. Don't wait. It's like the old folks used to tell me, if you see something, say something. I'm just saying. I'm not going to let nobody spoil my fun today. By any means necessary. The moment Mr. Officer, I think you might want to go over there. It don't look good right now, Mr. Officer. Go on, get that taken care of right now. I'm on that. And you need to be on that as well. Ain't nothing going to hurt nothing for you telling the police to go over there and get something that look like it's about to pop off. And we all know when it look like it's about to pop off. Once it done popped off and everybody run, it's too late. So it ain't snitching. It's being a citizen. You doing your civic duty to stop something that can spoil the fun. I'm on that today. If I'm walking and it look like something going crazy and I see an officer, hey, man, you might want to go down there. You might want to take about 5 of y'all down there and get that situation taken care of right now. Because it's kids over there. It's older people over there. It's families over there. That's how I'm looking at it. It's for the people. It ain't just young folks and everybody that's of it. It's kids. And I love the kids because the kids are the future. They coming today to get this Jaguar spirit in them. So when they ready to be Jaguars themselves, this is going to be the memories. And it's older folks who done put in the time, who can't move and run like everybody else when something pop off. So y'all do y'all part, man. If y'all see something, say something instantly. Don't let it wait. Don't say, hey, let's see. Man, if you see them starting to argue, if it just look like, what's up? Man, Mr. Officer right there. I'm talking about, I'll point you out right there. Them two. Yep, go on, get them out of there. They not finna spoil it. They not finna get nobody hurt. They not finna get nobody injured out here. We not finna even be on the news because of these fools, all right? Go on, get them out of here right now. They got a place for them down in Paris prison. How long I got? 30 seconds. All right, everybody. Happy homecoming. I love y'all, man. I hope y'all have a great day. Fellas, remember, if you got that wedding ring, go the other way. All right, them things going to be out there. Oh, boy. They're going to be out there. Put your shades on, too. Don't get caught looking. All right, put your shades on today. Don't get caught looking. And everybody out there, be sure to keep up with the Jaguar Journal on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, on TikTok, Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And everybody out there on Talk 107.3 FM, I'll be back next week, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. So for myself, Perry White, my man Mike, happy homecoming. I love you guys. We'll be back next week at the same time, the same place. As always, it's the Jaguar Journal. Have a good time, everybody, and happy homecoming, all right? What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal.